Hey guys, this is Travis with Beyond Bipolar blog. Today I'm going to talk about something a little bit more specific when it comes to motivational speaking. Now, trust me, I don't have any experience in this. All I do is listen to some mentors, especially on Spotify. There's this guy called Brendan Bouchard. He was someone that was broke and ended up making a million some dollars. He's become very successful, and his ideas was to become a writer and a motivational speaker. I've listened to him a little bit, and he has a podcast. I recommend him. His podcast is called The Brendan Show with Brendan Bouchard. Anyways, let's get to it. So I was thinking about the power of gratitude and intention. There's this book called The Magic. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but it was written by Rhonda Byrne. I've read this several times. In the heyday, I used to think this was one of the best books out there. It specifies basically being grateful for your life, and a lot of it is about writing your own things that you're grateful for. 10 things, list 10 things that you're grateful for. I thought it was pretty interesting read and felt it was very beneficial, but the more that I think about, I feel like being grateful is just not enough. Having gratitude is just not enough. Like, for instance, you have someone that might tell you, well, should I be grateful that I want to commit suicide? Should I be grateful that I'm bipolar? Should I be grateful that I have depression? Should I be grateful that I have an addiction? No. And that's where the power of intention comes from. I feel like if you think about intention, it's like you desire a specific outcome and you're mindful of a specific action. If you are unintentional, you're doing something by accident. This, for instance, if you're intentional, it means you have a purpose to it. So regarding this book, I feel like gratitude is only a part of it. I feel like intention is something you need to really consider. For instance, if you take a positive route and are mindful about the situation, you want to be able to focus on the present, but you want to be mindful of the past and future. The thing is, you don't want to dwell on it. And there might be things that are really negative, and you say, should I be grateful for all these things? But no, if it's negative, you want to have the intention of knowing that it is negative and it doesn't benefit your life and it's not a positive outcome. So that's why it's not intentional. But you have the power to intentionally make choices, and those choices can definitely benefit you in the end. I've watched the documentary on The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. I love it that they talk about motivational speakers. They feature quite a few, like Proctor. He's one of my top guys that I've listened to before. And how does this relate to mental health? Well, I struggle with this a lot because I can be grateful for many things, but it takes a lot more work and challenging yourself to actually be intentional about the things you do. I used to have this job where I was able to last 6 months, but all I used it for was the power of distraction. And yeah, there's some type of benefit with distraction because it keeps you busy, and maybe it's enough to keep you from committing suicide or actually allows you to be distracted by other things. But in the end, does that benefit your life goals? Does that actually move you forward in a direction you want to go? And being a janitor for 6 months just simply wasn't enough. I only took that job because I thought I could have a relationship with someone. I thought she would accept me being in DBT for 6 months, trying to get my life better, and maybe just working full time or working part time, but that wasn't enough for her. She didn't love me that way, and that's where everything broke down. I literally went from being in an a group home to working part time to working on my mental health, and I did it just for her. But that's the biggest problem. You can't do things for other people. You got to do things for yourself, because the intention there is you do not want to use them as a crutch. You want to take your own life and try to benefit your own life with your own responsibilities. And with that, you got to make your own choices. You can't let other people do that for you. When it comes to intention, like I described before, it is very hard to deal with because it does take more work, but I feel like the challenge in the end is will leave you a lot more satisfied in the end, because with intention, it does take more work, but if you have a goal listed and you complete that goal, you're definitely going to be more satisfied than just having this written belief that you're grateful for something. And you could be, I don't want to, I originally read this book because I was actually trying to pursue those multi-level marketing schemes, and I didn't make anything out of it. I lost more money. I was trying to believe that losing money was intentional. I was trying to believe that I should be grateful for it. Yeah, gratefulness can push you in a direction that makes life a little bit easier, but it's just not enough. You got to have the intention, the belief that you're taking an action that will actually strive towards something like a better goal for yourself. And someone with mental illness, maybe you want to intentionally get yourself better. You don't want to feel suicidation. You want to avoid the hospital, which is great. I mean, some people, that's what they struggle with, and that's a great goal, and you should pat yourself on the back. But for me, I've gotten past that stage, and I'm at a point where I want to intentionally try to improve my life and do something with my life that achieves a goal that's better than that. And maybe like this guy, that this mentor Brendan Bouchard I look up to, I want to try to mentor you guys. Now the truth is, I only have close to 150 subscribers. That's nowhere near people with like a million subs. I'm not that guy, but I at least could try to improve the lives of other people that are struggling out there, that are suicidal, that have been dealing with addiction. Now, personally, I've never dealt with addictions, but I understand the power of choice. I can't reason with you to say that you should do this and that, whether you want to commit suicide or whether you should live or not. I feel like that is ultimately your choice, but I can at least encourage you to go in a direction that's more positive. I feel that is my responsibility, is try to improve your life, try to not convince you, but at least try to maybe put in your mindset that life is worth living. And in the end, you got to make that life choice that you feel life is worth living. The thing is, you can't just stall and sit there and be inactionless and believe that life is just meaningless because you haven't gone out and tried. Like I said, I've actually tried to improve my life by trying 30 different medications, by trying DBT, by trying therapists, by trying many psychiatrists. And in the end, I found the right solution for me, and that was medications. I no longer see a therapist. I see a psychiatrist maybe once a year, and DBT, I no longer do that. And I haven't been in the hospital since 2017 for 4 years, and I've been able to lose 55 pounds. So in a goal, I'm doing really well. My main goal was to get 50 was to lose weight, and I've lost 55 pounds. I'm definitely very grateful for that. And you should be try to find something that you can be grateful for. I feel like if you focus on the bad things, like maybe you've been raped or you've had addictions like that, I don't want you to feel like you've been intentionally grateful for that. I want you to explore the reason that you don't have to forget it, but at least you can forgive your past doings so you can live a better future, and most importantly, live the present that you feel like you should be living, which is more satisfactory and where you can believe that you can be more happier in your life. Brendan Bouchard actually specifically believes that what you need to get better in life is to love. And for me, I've struggled with relationships. I don't want you to believe that love is the only thing that you need to intentionally believe, that that's the only thing that will make you happy. I believe you got to have maybe the love for others, but especially you got to have the love and acceptance for yourself. So I believe love to me is acceptance. It's being grateful for your life. It's finding meaning in spite of all the hardships you might be going through. And there's a lot of people that out there that believe that death is the ultimate solution, or they believe that why live a life with meaning when you're just gonna die? Well, I feel like since life is timely, that gives you an ultimate reason to try your best before things pass away, before your time clicks and you're no longer there. It's better to try to mentor other people than just being mentored. Of course, the best option for you is to listen, and you want to find someone to listen to you, and that's the power of mentorship. But I also believe that from me, who has been at the stage of trying to find mentors, therapists, psychiatrists, any help that I could get for me trying to be suicidal. I have been bipolar for 13 years, so I know the downside of bipolar disorder, especially bipolar depression. I've had 7 hospitalizations, 2 partial hospitalizations, 1 90-day ERTs, and 6 months of DBT, and maybe just living my life meaningless, just working a part-time job with no meaning on it. Well, today I'm trying to do something different. Today I'm trying to focus on you guys. Today I'm going to focus on my audience. Today I'm going to focus on the hardships of life and trying to at least get you to believe that there is benefit to living. I can't convince you to live. I can't tell you, hey, you got to do this and that. My objective is not to do that. It is to at least explain to you the power of acceptance, the power of gratitude, and the power of intention. So the magic goes through a whole bunch of things you could do when it comes to being grateful, especially writing 10 things every chapter that you write that you're grateful for. But to me, that was just pointless. Instead of writing like 100 things I'm grateful for daily, I have a journal in which I write my goals, and when I complete them, I try to do it monthly. I list maybe 10 goals that I try to achieve, and I try to make these things easy, like maybe compose a song for the month, maybe rap for a month, maybe try to get through a specific chapter in piano tuning or computers training, things like that. It can be simple things because you don't want to take things too challenging, else you be overwhelmed and wouldn't want to complete those goals. Now, there's a lot of people with anxiety that believe that goal setting is something they don't want to do because it takes a lot of work. Well, I feel like life does take work. You can't simply just believe that life is going to be handed to you, because if life is handed to you, you're gonna absolutely find no meaning in life. You're absolutely will not want to aspire to something that you believe is beneficial. So, regarding Brendan Burchard, why do I believe he's the guy that you want to listen to? You know, there's other guys like Bob Proctor or Tony Robbins or can't remember the guy who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. I don't remember his name specifically right now. And there's several other motivational speakers that I definitely believe you should listen to. Jay Shetty is one of them. And there's another one called The School of Greatness. He was like some football player that I sometimes listen to. But I have a tendency to focus on this guy called Brendan Burchard. He gives a lot of interesting perspectives on life. Now, a lot of it is philosophical, but coming from his point of view, he has went from being broken to being pretty wealthy. And my idea for that is I'm not wealthy. I still struggle with the negativities of life on a daily basis. I still get down on myself on a daily basis. I still get stuck of feeling I don't want to do anything in my life. I still get stuck trying to distract myself with Netflix or the news or just anything that's dramatically happening in my life. But from this day forward, at least I can try to let you guys know that I'm going to try to be more intentional with my life, that I am going to make more decisions based on being mindful, that I am going to make these decisions based on taking more action that actually has some type of driven purpose, than rather than just living life purposefully, and believing that life has no meaning. And for me, you gotta at least strive for that meaning. You can't simply just believe that, like I said, things are gonna be handed to you, because you just end up feeling that life will have no meaning. So today I talked about the power of intention, and I hope you guys understand the power of intention. This video is about maybe 15 minutes long. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, because I feel like the shorter it is, the better you'll listen, and the more you'll able to try to listen to this whole video. My idea for you is to not overwhelm you guys. My idea is to let you guys know that with gratitude and intention, you can live a more satisfactory life. You can build a future for yourself. Like I said before, you want to be able to focus on the present while being mindful of the past by being mindful of the future. And my idea for you is to not negate yourself in such a position where you just want to overwhelm yourself and you end up wanting to commit suicide because the anxiety from it is just making you feel like hell. But I want you guys to at least try to take that next step. And I've always believed in taking that next step, getting yourself up, whether it is getting yourself to eat lunch or, eat breakfast or get up to get your clothes on, or even basically just getting up and making your bed. It's something like that. That's simple. I don't want to judge you for doing something so simple, because for me that would be so simple. I want you guys to judge it based on your own experience. Some people struggle more than others, and some people are at a different stage in their life, and you just somehow have to try to find the benefit of the doubt that they're at least striving to be the best of themselves. So in the end, take this to heart, keep this in mind, try to build faith, try to build love, try to build acceptance, try to build the idea of having the magic of gratitude, and then trying to take a purpose and intentionally drive yourself to do something with your life with a purposeful action. So that's it. I hope you guys can comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the bell button if you're more interested in these videos. I said, my name's Travis Baylitz. I'm with Beyond Bipolar blog. Oh yeah, another thing I mentioned was this guy in one of my comment box that stated that I just don't want to live anymore. Not only I have this mental illness, not only that I have this physical illness, I tried to not convince him. I tried to influence him to believe that life does have meaning. I don't understand the problems of having a severe physical illness, but I do understand the power of being in that state of mind where you feel like life is just hopefulness, or life is just purposefulness. Sorry about the words. I don't even know if they're right words, but I'm trying to at least try to talk to this guy that's saying that life has meaning, and I wanted to strive that again. I want to tell you guys that life does have meaning. You just got to look for it. You can't just put a blind eye and think that meandering in a way that where you can't see is the best way to actually drive yourself in life. I want you guys to at least, if you're at the lowest state of your life and you believe you can't get out of it, call a suicide hotline, and then hopefully get yourself in the hospital. That's the end result. I don't want you guys to try to kill yourself. I want you guys to put some intention in your life. I don't want you to intentionally take your own life, because 1 second of a negative attitude can definitely put you in a position where you actually aren't here anymore. And I would feel pretty bad that I haven't done something to try to at least inspire you, to motivate you to believe that life is worth living. And in the end, it's cliche. Take that next step. Try to be happy. Try to be positive. I understand the difficulties of life. I've been there, but I've also seen the benefit of getting out of that shithole I was in and actually building myself a purpose and a life for myself. Am I all the way there? No, I believe that there's a lot of work I can do. I've never had a relationship for 5 years, and I struggled with trying to build that relationship with not only my spiritual self. You don't have to believe in God, but you have to have some belief and some purpose in your life on why you are here, because, that's where the positivity begins, by the love and acceptance of yourself and others and finding that support. In fact, Brendan Burchard focuses so much on love, so much on intention, that I believe that it's something that's worth talking about. So like I said, this is Travis Baylitz. I hope you guys out there who are struggling, reach out to me. I can try to at least listen to your mindset and at least try to influence you into a better state of mind. So this is Beyond Bipolar blog signing off. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for more future videos. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.